so absolutely annoying. Absolutely annoying. I cannot believe it. Jesus Christ. Oh, you guys, you have no idea. So all this time, me and Goody have been chit chatting, thinking that we are live. All this time. All this time. I cannot believe it. I can't. Mm-mm. It's insane. It's insane. I cannot believe it. All this time, me and Goody have been trying. We have been talking over here. Wait a minute, Goody. I just have to. I can't believe it. This is insane. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't. It's insane because you, Goody, and myself have been chit chatting for the last 5 minutes, thinking that we are live, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Let me see. I'm gonna drop the link. Invite. Okay. I can't. This is so bad. This is so sad. Okay, Goody. I have put the link. I have put the link over there so that you can join. Ah. Oh my gosh. You guys, you have no idea. Like me and Goody have been talking for the last 5 minutes. Yes, Monique, yes. But listen, this is how insane it is. You know, Goody and myself have been talking for the last 5 minutes. We've been live for the last 5 minutes. I'm been chit chatting, and I'm wondering, how come I cannot see anybody who is live? Goody, can you believe this shenanigans?
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
So we gotta start over. Why
Yes.
you give us a rundown? Because for whatever reason, I'm not remembering the full episode.
No, you have to do that because I don't remember anything.
I cannot.
I can't
Oh
believe,
yeah,
I kept,
Monique says
I was
mod
wondering. No, but I
you're
was wondering.
monetized. You can't be cursing up a storm anymore. You're gonna not be able to monetize. You have to be crafty. You have to curse in Swahili.
Well, hello, Jumbo, everybody.
Hey Monique.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on, join us tonight. It's love and much. It's what is it called? Much love, Atlanta.
Love Match Atlanta. Um, so
Let's.
like I was saying, before when I said before, basically we are entering, I don't remember exactly the first couple of minutes, missed that. However, we are introduced to the reality that Shay wants to hire the duo. The duo is considering if they want to take her on as a client because
Yeah.
in the past, working with friends has proven to be problematic and they don't want any problems. They just want to make money.
Hmm.
Shay, doing her part, is working out. She's working out with her friend, the LBGTQ plus matchmaker. I do not know his name. I'll get better at that. And he's telling her how he met with Jonathan because, the last time they saw Jonathan was when he was kicking them out of the event. Um, they discussed the fact that Shay hasn't spoken to Jonathan since then. And she says, we're like brother and sister. They've known each other for 10 years. She's like, we don't have to speak every day, but we haven't spoken. Maybe we'll speak after he breaks up with Paris because that's going to happen. Because she's the third girl he's dated from his site. In any event, the LBGTQ plus matchmaker says he met with Jonathan and that the one thing that really floors him about Jonathan is his arrogance. They flashback.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because sometimes when people think that you're arrogant, is because they have not walked the same path that you have walked. All right. Because Jonathan, and I'm going to show who Jonathan is for those of you who have doubts. All right. Jonathan is not certified, right? Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So Jonathan is not certified. That's Jonathan. All right. And just because Jonathan is not certified doesn't mean that he is not able to make the money that everybody who is certified is able to make. And this is what I kept telling you. The end
This is the thing.
justifies the means.
Yes,
Just
the end
because
justifies
Jonathan
the
did not
means,
work, Goody,
but there's
because
a beginning and there's an end, and there's this whole middle part that you can't allow to get murky, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with emotions. The money does come, but you're dealing with people, emotions, and people who are not psychologically sound. Now, to his credit, the Jennifer lady, I think either she went on her own or he suggested that she go to therapy. So to his credit, they didn't try to match her until
which
she
Jennifer lady? This girl over here?
Yeah, Jessica, not Jennifer, Jessica.
So Jessica is the one who was with that Samuels. The
Right.
late. Mhm.
Right. So to his credit, they did not start trying to match her until she seemed mentally stable. However, I feel like accreditation, being accredited, tells you what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And, it might even give you some verbiage to make sure that you don't end up in a legal problem.
Mhm.
So, again, when you're arrogant, and again, I do believe people should be confident, and I believe that confidence should lead. However, him being arrogant because he's the king of data could give him blind spots that he doesn't know. He does not know what he does not know, because
You cannot blame him. You cannot blame him
for making money.
No. But everybody's attacking him. All right. Shay is attacking him. The duo is attacking him. Everybody's attacking him. Okay. So the guy has to sometimes, like, you know what? The only person that has my back is myself.
Yes, average as best.
Okay.
Yes, this is the average as best lady. This is what I'll
Yes,
say. He does
that
have
is
to
average.
defend
Yes.
himself. He does have to defend himself, but you know what would go a long way? The way you're saying, hey, the end justifies the means and everyone doesn't have the same path. The way you're saying that would be more beneficial than him saying, okay, so I didn't go to the 2-week course. He didn't even know how long the course was. Okay, so I didn't take the 2-week course and get a certification and have people validate that I know what I'm doing. Now, as I was saying previously, there are a couple of reasons I would suggest certification for him. The first reason, the network he has is beneficial to him. They're all beneficial to each other. Because if he has someone in his database and he has tried to match them with somebody, there may be somebody on the client list of the other matchmakers database that would be beneficial for one of his people to meet. Now, the thing about that is he knows that, which was why he wanted to get all of the matchmakers together and start networking. What he doesn't understand is they do not network with him, but they do network. So that's one. Two, because it is Black people matchmaking.
No, it's not. No, it's not. She has been bringing white people.
No. She's been matching for white people, but these are Black people.
This girl over here doesn't care. This girl over here, it's about how much money she's making.
Yes. I understand that, but what I'm saying is these are Black professionals that own these businesses. They're requesting that he get certified so that they all have a stamp of approval, because as we well know, when you are entering anything as Black people, you have to be 10 times better than your white counterparts.
That's facts.
And the third and final point is he would learn to not utilize his dating, to not get high off of his own supply. He would learn to not date from his own pool.
I still have a problem with your what do you call it? I don't know.
certification.
I still have a problem with your point of view, because just because somebody has not walked the same path as you did,
A
just
confession.
because, but he's showing the results though. All right, he's showing the results. He is hooking up those people. The girl who went to Kevin Samuel, may the Lord, good Lord, rest his soul in peace. A girl who went through so much, but Jason picks her up, hooks her up, gives her the courage that she needs, and she's able to, go out there and meet other people. All right. The end justifies the means. I understand. Listen, I have walked through this path. I have seen that, I have gone through school. I have all these certificates, and somebody else is coming over here and just going over there and making way more money than I am doing, than I'm getting. I'm not gonna be bitter. I feel like these people have been bitter about him, just because he doesn't
It's
have the
possible, but
certificates.
they just don't think he's
But
taking
he's
the
giving the, but he's giving.
because another
Listen,
there's
goodies,
another component
goodies,
of this. This isn't his bread and butter. This is something
just
he's
like everybody
doing.
else. Just like
No,
everybody else.
everybody else, this is their career. For him, this is a side business.
No, it's
His
not. There's
real
nothing.
no, his true business is his data company, his tech company. That's his true business. What you're doing on the side, this isn't a side job, right? But let's also come back to this. If certification doesn't matter, why are you starting a school to certify? It's just a cash grab because, this is people's lives.
And why would you think that it's just side business when the only thing that he has is this matchmaking thing, just like the duo, just like
No, 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 no.
just like
He
me.
is a he is a tech guy. He is an app creator. That is his job. That is his business. The side business he's doing is adding matchmaking as an aside to what he does in his regular life.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Monique.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not his bread and butter. It is
I,
his
I disagree. I disagree.
it is
The
the parsley he puts on top of it's his garnish. That's garnish.
child.
So I know you think he cute.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I know you think he's cute.
Listen,
And
no,
his
he's.
lip gloss be popping.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, again, eh, I don't know. Is that Shandy Alex? Is that
Mm-hmm.
what it is? Shandy Alex? Shandy Alex, I'm not taking away from his 90% success rate. He has the data, and data
And
is
that is
good.
my point. That is my point. That is my point. That's what I've been saying. That's it. Doesn't matter whether you've gone through school, and sometimes when I say these things, people feel like, oh no, we still have student loans to pay. I'm not taking that away from you, but the dude has wait. What does he have?
He has
What
the
does he
data.
have?
Data.
90%. 90%. Give him
Okay.
credit for that. Just because, and we keep comparing our paths, me, Goody and myself. Goody's path is this way, and Maud's path is this way, and just because Maud did not do this and this and this and this, but she's still getting the money, and this is life, because we always equate everything about money. It's all about money.
What I will
And
say
because
to
the
what
guy is
you're
making,
saying
no,
is
because the guy is making as much money as the duo, the guy is making much money as Shay, they're feeling some type of way. They're like, yo, you should have
I
gone for
feel
those
like
10.
they're feeling like he's not taking their business seriously.
No, 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 no. They're feeling, it's not that, no, 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 no. They feel like that he's coming to take away everything that they have worked so hard
No,
to get.
because I mean he has stolen ideas. Then there's that. There's the unethical component of it.
Hmm.
Stealing ideas, dating from his pool of prospects. There is him being unethical, but all of that aside, even if your path is different, right? Your path is different. It is the effrontery, the unmitigated gall, and the arrogance to just say, I don't need to do what you do to do what you're doing.
Mm.
You follow what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole way to have that discussion where you're like, look, I've been dating and I sit and I talk to the men in my app because that's what he actually has. What he
Mm-hmm.
has is the men with money in his app. That's the data. Nobody cares about the chicks with the six-figure chicks in his database. It's the men. He has access to the affluent men. But he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna need the women who want the affluent men and that the affluent men want. And that's why he wants to network with the others. But you can't want to network with me and spit in my face simultaneously.
I,
You can't tell me
I,
that that what I did was stupid. There's
I,
that's not the way you have that discussion.
I still say this. This is what I still say, that just because somebody did not walk the same path as you did, don't feel bitter. Just listen. And this is a conversation my husband and I have been having all the time, every day. Like, the struggles that we have gone through, you know, people with the same qualifications, people with the same certificates as we have, might not necessarily go through the same thing. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bitter about it. The duo and Shay kind of feel some bitter. They feel some kind of way because Jason is he Jason? Is that
Jonathan.
Jonathan? Jonathan is making us the same amount of money, if not more, that they have been making. And they feel like, why? The guy has no certificates. Why is he making more money than we have been
So
making?
I was in the middle of saying when we found out that the last live was dead.
Hmm.
I was in the
Hmm.
middle of telling you that I had to make a pivot in my career because I
Hmm.
had no desire to commute into the city anymore. So
Hmm.
I am now in tech sales and I did a
Hmm.
boot camp in order to be in tech sales. Now, what I do in tech sales requires a high emotional IQ.
Hmm.
And I did the boot camp, and Jonathan knows about boot camping because if he's in tech, which he is, he knows
Hmm.
that you need to take a boot camp before you start coding in anybody's app.
Hmm.
He knows the need of certifications. He does. He just doesn't feel it's necessary for something as trivial as romance, right? Now, his arrogance speaks to his lack of the high emotional IQ. And I can guarantee if being in tech sales requires a high emotional IQ, being a matchmaker requires that much more.
Mm.
He's lacking in that department, but you can't know that you're lacking there unless you admit that you're lacking there. And one of the biggest things that will always cause expansion and growth in anyone's life, regardless of whatever field, professional or personal, is when you say to yourself, what is it that I don't know? Let me find out. Because you do not know what you do not know. And what he is playing with is people's lives, money, and their heart.
I don't think I don't think he is um he's doing all those things that you have said he's doing. I feel like he's genuine in trying to find partners to people who come to him. I also feel like,
Yeah,
and I go back
this
to,
is the new Dr. Hazel. We don't know if he's genuine. We don't know what he cares about. We know he care about money and
like everybody else, like
bad
everybody else, like
bees.
the duo, like Shay, they care about their bags.
They do care about their
And
bad.
that's the only reason they're coming after him, because he has not walked the same path as they have done. And so they feel
I
some
would
type of
not
way
discount that
because
that is a part of it.
the dude is making, and gonna have to realize, listen, you cannot say that. Listen, there are people here, kids, children, kids who are making so much money on TikToks, who are making so much money on social media. I'm not gonna discredit them just because they never
Yeah,
went
but
to
you're
the school.
also not going to just
No,
jump on
no.
TikTok and act like if you're going to be the biggest, baddest TikToker on the planet. Like it is spitting in my face if you decide that you can do what I do and tell me that I was foolish to take the steps that I took to do it.
Listen,
Especially when, look, he had no desire whatsoever to be a matchmaker until 2008 after having a
you cannot.
discussion with
When
his
you go into a business and you realize, oh my gosh, there are other opportunities in this business of mine. Oh my gosh, I can make so much money over here, over here, over here. When he was going into the business, he never knew about those things. But then he realized those things when he was in the business. I'm not gonna fault him. No, Jason. We are not for no, Joseph. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, make money.
Oh damn, we call him Jonathan. Woo. He ain't even impactful.
Joseph. I am not blaming you for making money.
I'll say this. I'm not going to discredit him. You're making money, make money. But we don't know what walls he's driving into. We don't know what he's doing wrong yet. We just and we definitely don't know that he's doing this from an altruistic perspective. What we know is he liked to make money and he has a database. We'll see it unfold. But his manner in dealing with these individuals, he's very defensive. And they are offending him. And I get that. He is being offended and he does have to protect himself. But there's a way that you could do exactly what he's doing with a level of emotional intelligence that would say, who gonna check me, boo? Without saying, who gonna check me, boo? There's a way it can be done. It can be done. It can be done.
No, listen. To me, I feel like, as long as whatever the name is, listen, as long as I still come back to this. Sometimes we feel like just because somebody has not walked the same path as you have walked, we discredit them. We feel like they're not doing as much as we did, and we discredit them.
I'm gonna give this.
All right, Joseph.
What about
Joseph? Just because Joseph did not get a certificate in this much love making thing, and he's making so much money, and he has clients, and he has 90% of his, the results are good. All right.
Okay, let's try this on for size, Mod. What if somebody just decided they was gonna pick up a microphone and do what you do?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
But it's not really go ahead because they're not paying their dues to do what you do. Because it takes more than having a microphone and Wi-Fi to do what you do. I'm not saying you have to be certified. But I'm saying we have a mentor. Like I'm saying we have a mentor, right? Somebody showing us the ropes so that somebody making sure that we don't slide into the pitfalls of doing this incorrectly. There's a lot to be said for learning what you're doing.
But
everyone who gets into those comments and they have something to say, oh, why don't you do it this way when they're talking to Kamisha? They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know how labor intensive it is. All they know is if I had a microphone and it was my platform, I would be XYZ. You don't know what you don't know.
No, but if my daughter came up, did her own YouTube over here, being successful in doing that, I'm not gonna be discrediting her just because she did not walk the same path I walked.
Yes, but if you were watching her,
she did not have to have a mentorship. She didn't have to do this and this, but she created.
Why would she need that when she has a mother who's gonna tell her, nah, you don't want to do that?
No, forget about me. I'm just saying somebody, even if it's not my daughter. I still come to this. Just because somebody has not walked in the same shoes that you have walked in, do not discredit them.
You are 100%
say that,
right.
Oh my gosh, you have to walk through the same path I did.
You're right,
that we can appreciate what you have been doing.
Mod, you're right, but I'm going to go with saying that they have seen him make mistakes that they're like, oh, he shouldn't be doing that.
We all make mistakes. They're always making mistakes.
Yeah, but these mistakes are more costly because what you don't want to happen in your industry.
Who gets to make that decision? It is all when you make mistakes in a business, it comes back to your books. You're not making good enough money.
Back to your books, but if you start making mistakes,
so it's not the outsiders.
If there are 5 professional Black matchmakers, and one of them is doing things that could have them rendered a scam or a fraud. That's going to affect the other four. And all they're saying is learn the ropes, please, before you go out here charging people $25,000 and mess up. Because he has a 90%
Child.
success rate, but he started a little bit after them. So he don't have as much time in to affect his percentage just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos to him for having a 90% success rate. I can put
Listen,
money on the fact that his success is rooted in the fact that the tech professional black men that's in his application are the most desired in Atlanta.
first of all, I didn't know that you have to pay so much money to get a date, to get to a date. She is charging 50,000, 100. I'm like, what?
And
What?
what it is that I'm interested in knowing a little bit more. I contemplated reaching out to ask a bit more because the verbiage is very clear. X amount of dollars for 5 introductions.
Yes.
X amount of dollars for 10 introductions.
Right.
The word introductions gives me pause because that's not telling me. That's not telling me that I'm walking away from 100,000 because 15 introductions is $100,000.
Yes.
That's not
Yes.
telling me I'm walking away. That's telling me I'm paying $100,000 for 15 dates.
Mm.
That's what you're telling me, and I don't know. I don't know about
Listen,
that.
I listen. In this episode, I missed my girl over here. I miss her so much. Like, sister, what happened? I need you back.
I really hate when the way this pink lipstick is looking. It feels like it's not really on. I feel like you tried to do an ombre and it wasn't successful. And that's problematic for me. I hate that.
Mm. Mm.
But this is what I'll say. We then go to the duo. They go to Tana's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you I don't think it was this live, but I was telling you I don't necessarily like I don't like her apartment space. It feels too small.
Whose apartment?
Tana.
Oh, Tana's apartments. Yeah.
Yes, they're going over. They're trying to determine if they're going to work with Shay to
Right.
be a matchmaker
Yes.
for Shay, and
Yes.
that's something they're thinking about. And then we
Yes.
go to Ming. I loved Ming's home. The setup she had, I absolutely adored the setup. I thought her interaction with her daughter was very
With
cute.
her daughter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her
Mm-hmm.
daughter definitely came to hit the piggy bank.
Yeah.
Her daughter definitely ain't fin to get a job.
Right.
Her daughter definitely gonna get the money.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that her son plays for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That's my son's favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that his dad was also an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
They were married, now they're not. And we learned her current husband is not her daughter's father, although
Absolutely. Clearly.
they've been together for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
We learn also that her relationship is in peril, not
Mm-hmm.
because there's no love, but because they want different things at this stage. He wants to retire and travel. She's just gearing up and revving up for her business to start taking off. All the things she's worked for the past 10 years
Right.
are about to accumulate into this success that will require her to be in Atlanta and not in Florida. Thoughts?
I'm like, my gosh, I wish I was having those difficult decisions to make. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, those are very easy decisions to make.
Is it? Your
Yeah.
husband wants to retire and travel, and your business is about to take off. What decision do you make?
That's easy. You know,
Well, no, what's the decision?
go ahead, retire I'm gonna be over, because if you retire, then what does that have to do with me doing my business?
No,
You
but his
better go over here.
retirement he wants to go to he wants to spend significant time in Florida.
Go
That's not
ahead.
possible.
Go
What do you mean
ahead.
go ahead? You're sending your husband to stay in Florida while you work it
Yes.
out in Atlanta?
Yes.
What if he doesn't that it would seem to me that that's a natural logical perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
that's easy. But clearly that's not the problem. Clearly he believes that him and his wife are going to start traveling and that's his desire. So your husband wants you to travel with him and your business is about to take off. What are you going to pick?
Business. Depending on the age. Because listen, if the dude is 20 years older than me, hey, sister. No, no, no. It's I'm all about my bag over here.
So there's a part of me that I don't know if I believe that, Mod, because you're such a traditional wife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure that I believe that you're going to be like, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
this business thing. What you finna do?
Trust me, I'm very traditional, but I'm also realistic. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, if you feel like you need to go to Florida and my business is going on, you're not gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing right now.
Ming
Bye.
strikes me as the
Are you
kind of
gonna be
woman.
there for are you gonna be there for 3 months? We have FaceTime, we can do videos, we can also, it's no problem.
Girl,
We can
I could
chat.
totally hear you say if anybody come and tell you, yeah, my husband's gone and we do the FaceTime, you do what? Go to your husband. I could totally see it. My lying. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. Could be
Yes. Listen, seriously, like at this point in my life, I've been married for 13 years right now. 13 years, going to 14th. Um, I will not stop my husband from getting what he needs to get, right? He's
Mhm.
also not gonna stop me from doing what I need to do to make me feel happy. To me, where I come from, money makes me happy.
Okay, so the thing I'm thinking,
Okay, okay. So,
with a little more look into Ming's lifestyle, I'm getting the feeling that her husband's affluent.
mhm.
He had a good career. He's ready to retire, and that this matchmaking thing that she was doing
So
may
then,
not.
so
It,
why does it
it,
have to be? But why does it have to? Because you have decided to retire, then I have to retire my business.
let me finish. I don't think I'm getting the feeling, and I'm not sure because this is just an assumption that this matchmaking thing that she was doing was something that she was doing to busy her time. She's just good at it, and it has
Mhm.
become a business. But from the male perspective, the husband perspective, okay, I'm retired in your hobby. Okay, that's cute. This little business thing is cute. However, I'm ready to retire, and I'm ready for us because the retirement and the travel ain't fun if I'm not with the one that I wanted to share it with. I'm getting the impression that this was a hobby. Her husband saw her, supported her in her hobby.
Mm, mm.
What
I
about her new client? I thought he was
Oh,
adorable.
I loved him. I loved him.
I loved
Yes,
him.
I loved him. He's a good um he's a simple guy. Okay, he's all about his business, and he's also aware that, what, I'm gonna take up whatever you're trying to direct me to get
And please
into.
dress me.
Yes, yes, I liked him. I liked him very much.
I
I
adored him.
mm-hmm,
Ming when Ming walked in, like after seeing Ming's life and getting the idea of who she is,
mm-hmm,
I'm like, oh, okay. She walked into that bar like, what is this?
mm-hmm,
What is this foolishness?
mm-hmm,
She wouldn't have liked the bar we was in the other day. She was like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
uh. So I really liked him. And then that's when she starts telling her business
To the
associate
to the asset, yeah.
that he want to go to Florida, and she don't want to go to Florida. And even
Mm.
her business, this is her assistant. Even her assistant is like, yeah, Florida's cool for you to visit for 2 weeks, but you need to be here working. So that's going to be problematic. And I feel like she is hinting to us that her marriage is about to end.
She's crying. Yeah. Yeah.
She's hinting at the fact
Yeah.
that things don't feel right. She's calling
Mm.
him. He's not answering the
Mm.
phone. She's calling a million times. He busy.
That part. If I call him one time, two times, I'm not calling your ass again. I'm not doing that.
Okay,
I'm
so now we
not.
get to the
I'm
now
not
we get
gonna
to
do
the
that.
duet.
I will not make you think that I am
Yeah,
so
absolutely. But
concerned in.
not even your husband.
No,
Hey
no.
y'all, Monique, you seeing this? Miss Ma, traditional mama, you seeing this, Monique? You
I
my
want
witness. Confessions, you seeing this?
to.
Y'all my witness. When Ma come with all that traditional marriage and wife foolishness, y'all the witness to be like, nah, Ma, we calling bullocks.
I will
Bullocks.
not. I'm not gonna do that. I won't do that. If I call you the first time and I know you are not in a meeting, no, even in a meeting, you always have those messages like I'll call you back. I'll call you back so that I don't have to keep calling, keep calling, keep calling. No, 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 no.
Yeah, so I
No, but
mean,
being traditional as I am doesn't mean that I
you
I
gonna
I
call your
accept
husband
I
3 times a
accept
day?
foolishness. No, I'm not gonna accept foolishness. Just because I am traditional and for me, my husband is over there. He's the top of the family. He's the head of the family, and there's a respect I give him. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna suck it up and say, no, no, mm-mm,
Okay. Um,
no.
I'm not sure
That's
if
not
this is in
traditional.
I'm not sure if we're in the same order, but we get to see Shay, her son, and her daughter.
Yes.
Her son is big.
Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. 19 years old.
Yo, he's strong too.
He is.
But
He is. He's like, oh my God.
he steps
Yeah,
in like a father figure, and I wonder if I wonder, yeah, my son. All right, Shandy Alex. Yeah, I agree with you. Mom be like, all right, y'all gotta find y'all own love because I got my husband, okay, and me and my husband are going
we
on
good. We
retirement
good.
vacation.
We good over here.
Yeah, mine be like, I don't know what y'all gonna do to find love, but I know I ain't gonna let y'all make
that's
me
that's
lose
what
the
I'm
love
saying.
of my life. I know what mine give. But like I'm concerned about Shay. She was in this long-term relationship. Her daughter is a result of this long-term relationship.
Mm,
I'm always concerned when I hear people who are parents talking about how they need a father figure for their child. I did
mm,
not hear her say that this man was dead.
no, he's not.
So why do you need okay, my son's father and I broke up when my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
25 years later, that man is the head of our family unit we created. And
Mm-hmm.
25 years, the whole time my son was, I've been in long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm.
My son think you cool, for the long term. My son thinks you're cool and he'll be respectful and he likes spending time with you. But he has a
Mm-hmm.
father figure. Your role here is to make me happy and
Mm-hmm.
to respect me as a mother and to
Mm-hmm.
respect my son and have him respect you. Everybody's being respectful, but he doesn't need a father figure. He has that.
Mm,
So I'm always
mm.
like, she didn't say that dude was
Oh
a
my
dead
gosh,
dude.
that is
All
that
she
is
said,
that's powerful because everybody over here, these girls over here on the streets, is like, oh my gosh, he's a father figure to my children.
no. I've had men stop dating me because they saw the relationship between my son's dad and I,
Mm-hmm.
and they thought inevitably we were going to get back together. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be back
Mm-hmm.
with him. We just happen to have known each other since I was 15. I'm 47 now. We've always known. It feels like I've known him for longer than not. And
Right.
but
Right.
some men are more comfortable when you don't have an actual father figure for your child because they feel like they're going to have a role, and I've been told this in the past. But my desire to be with you isn't more important than my desire to have my son see who he's exactly like.
Mm. Mhm. 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 Mhm.
All of that to say, um we see the situation. She said her daughter was making clay, but it was actually with a banana. And I had a problem with that because now you're playing with food. And
Come on,
clearly,
Goody. It was only
no,
a
no, no.
banana. Stop. Stop. Stop being
No,
dramatic.
sometimes when people say their children are making slime, they're actually making slime. There's a whole scientific flour and food coloring, and they're actually making slime. For her to have been making banana slime with real banana, the son came in, and I'm sure he couldn't have done it because he came in and his whole vibe was like, "What's this?" And he was like, immediately, "Oh yeah, you want to stop doing this immediately."
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
I had a problem with that, but that's
Mhm.
a minor problem. It was just nice to see Shay in her element with her children. That was
Mm.
cool.
So,
Um,
are you hopeful that Shay is gonna get somebody working with a duo?
I mean, because when she explained to the duo what she was needing, and she said her daughter needed a father figure, my response would have been, "What's wrong with the father that she got?"
Mhm.
I think it. I know that there are single mothers who date. I get that, but I think that if you're dating looking for somebody to be a parent to your child, that you're dating with the wrong idea
Intention.
in mind.
Yes.
And let's be very clear, I have met men who had full custody of their children, and you could tell they were sizing, or I could tell they were sizing me up to see if I would be a good no, you ain't finna treat me like CLE and God.
Mhm.
Nah, mister, I'm not coming in to take care of your children.
Mhm.
Not that I won't take care of the children, but you're not looking for me to see
Right.
that I'm a good mother and that's the role that you're trying to put me in. I'll take care of a stranger in the streets, child. Like I will take your child if your child need to be, if you running out of hands and you need somebody to help you with your child, I'm there for you. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that I'm not willing to step in and be a stepmother. Granted, as an
Mhm.
aside, at this stage, 47 years old, I'm not trying to be anybody's stepmother. I want anybody I meet and date to have, my son's 25. I would like anybody else's child to be old enough to live their own life. That part of my life. The next baby I truly fully invest in, I would hope is a grandchild. That said, when people are looking at me as a woman and knowing that I've raised a child and knowing how successful I was at doing it, no, I'm not some cow you looking at to come in now and help feed and all of that your children.
Right.
So I don't
Mhm.
think it's fair for women to take into consideration if this person is decent to be around your children
Mhm.
or if they're even interested in being around children.
Mhm.
But outside of that, to be a father figure, no, no.
That's a discussion we've had, in our group setting. Like, you want to introduce the guy you're dating to your children. And I remember, some of our group, the panel that we have been having, like saying, you know what, you're not gonna meet my kids until I'm sure and sure and sure and sure, right? So I'm not looking at some father figure. No, 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 no. If you make me happy, then suddenly you're gonna make my children happy. So my goal is not that, oh, father figure. No, they were good way before I met you. So you can only add to the situation.
I I'm just I'm again concerned. Like I would have expected them to be like, "Well, what's wrong with the father?
They
Maybe
never
he's a
asked.
deadbeat, but how were you with him for 8 years and he's a
They
deadbeat?"
did
I
not
don't
ask us.
think
They never asked, and they never ask those questions. And then I keep asking. Then what makes them great though? If they're not asking, they're not digging
they
deeper.
probably didn't ask because they're on a show and they don't want to air out her business. But What about their other client, the duo,
Oh, I
the
loved her.
workaholic?
The one with the small business.
Yes.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I also didn't like the way she kept focusing on her business. The guy is asking you, what are your hobbies? Oh, my hobby is to see my business grow.
She froze because she does have hobbies. She's adventurous. And instead of saying I'm adventurous and I like to do X, Y, and Z, what she said instead was growing my business. That's not true. She was
Yes.
telling us how you jumped out of a plane and how, you know, when he asked you what your hobby is, you know, she could have said, I play as hard as I work. And that would have
But
been
she doesn't.
interesting.
But
But
that's not her story.
she started boring the man. Like he don't want to talk about your work. He don't care about the intricate details of how you get somebody to realize
Mm-hmm.
that they could get a grant and all. He don't care about that. He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he's interested in.
Mm-hmm.
He's interested in you.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous, but she can't turn off the boss mode.
My point.
Um,
My point.
what I did like, oh my gosh, she can't take a compliment, and I saw that in myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people, oh, you look beautiful, and it takes me so long to realize that was a compliment and that I need to say thank you. Not because I'm running around thinking, oh yeah. But because when I was raised, my mother was like, okay, y'all are pretty, but that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with me. Your father and I are good looking people.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty. Now what? So telling me I'm pretty is like, okay, cool, thank you. But tell me I'm smart and I light up like tell me that you recognize that I'm witty. I light up like a whole lamp. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that recognition. But the
Mm-hmm.
gentleman gives her a compliment, like, you have a beautiful smile. And she was just so awkward about it. And I get it. I get it. I've
The
been
other
there.
the other girls are the ones who are reminding her, come on, say something positive. Say something nice about the guy who just complimented you about your smile.
Right. And then on top of that, they told her something about intonation. And in my life, the men who have loved me in the past, they know me, right? Like I'm the kind of person you have to get to know. You have to get past my looks because I have a smart ass mouth. And I have fun with my smart ass mouth. Like my little sister once said to me, if you're thinking to say something when you meet a guy, don't say it because it's always going to be something smart
Right.
aleck, right? And
Yeah.
she's like, don't say the thing. So for me, my biggest success has been with somebody who's intrigued by my smart alecky ways and takes a bit to figure out why I'm talking to them crazy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I took when they were like, okay, here's the intonation. I have a tone, right? And I always go to my boys and I'm like, yo, so what these chicks saying, y'all? Granted, I talk to them in a certain kind of way because I never want them to ever even see me as this possibility in their life. So I definitely speak to my boys in the done language. Like, hey, yo, fam, how these chicks be talking to you, be like what they be saying, how they voice be, son, and you get out of my face. But one of the biggest questions I always have is like, well, what are women saying and how are they singing it? And they
Mm.
always tell me to get out their face, but I think what these ladies are saying is they put a little bit more hey in their tone. Now I don't know how I have a few voices. I have a professional voice. I have the done language. I have a regular voice. I have a West Indian voice. I have a British. I have voices, right?
Yeah.
But my smart aleck voice is deep. It's like this. And I'm going to try to implement what these ladies say or have said about intonation. Maybe when I'm finished watching Love Jones, The Photograph, The Notebook, and all these movies to stop me from being sliding into a cold, evil, bitter woman. Wait, so I had to stop dating for a second.
Oh my goodness, a kid.
But
Oh,
the thing I do know about, so she went on the date. You know, they meet her. They coached her up for dating. She
she.
goes on the date.
Mm-hmm.
She's business, business, business.
Mm-hmm.
They give her the feedback, and she pushes
Mm-hmm.
back on the
She
feedback.
still pushes. Exactly.
She pushed back on the feedback. Um,
Exactly.
they
So
were
at
prepped
that
for it.
point, I don't know who is gonna help you.
They were prepared for it because they say that this is common when they're dealing with women who are bosses
It's
and
common,
women.
and they're also making money.
Yeah, well, I mean, she paid them already, so this is the follow through. But she gave them pushback. Like, I thought I was matching his energy. How did you think you were matching his energy? You were talking business, and he said, "What do you do for fun?" And then you were like, "Business."
Business. I want to
And
see
then
my business grow.
his whole face, you could see his whole face just get bored. Like he was eating whatever he was eating. Like, oh, here we go. Like, no, you were not matching his energy, ma'am. And he told us you were not matching his energy. So basically, you're saying he lied. That's what you're trying to relay. He
Mm-hmm.
lied and everything you did was fine. No. And then
Yeah.
she said, and then they asked her, well, what's important to you? What are you prioritizing, your business or your partnership in life?
Mm-hmm.
What answer did she give them? Because I was too busy being disgusted with the fact that she was giving them pushback when they were giving her feedback.
She is confused.
She is not ready to love.
She's not ready to love. She's not ready to love. She needs to go continue doing what you're doing with your gay friend over there. Continue working on yourself, okay? Because she's not ready. She's not ready.
And I think that's what they decided. They're going to continue coaching her.
Yes.
So now we get to Joseph and Shay having their sit down.
So,
What are your thoughts on the sit down?
I feel like Joseph was not listening, was not hearing where Shay was coming from because they've been friends for 10 years. Okay. And Shay is coming to tell you, you know what? I am this is not where I'm coming from. Please understand where I'm coming from. I'm glad he came back to the conversation because it went left real quick.
But note that she knew he was going to come back because this is his pattern. He gets a tantrum, he stomps off, and then he comes back. She ain't even moved. She kept drinking her drink because she
Well,
knew he was
listen,
back.
the bartender was asking who's gonna take the tab. I was like,
So while he was not listening, he was asking her questions. She was trying to answer the questions, and he was rebutting the questions. He was defensive because, as you've been saying, he does feel beat up, and he does feel like they're discounting all of his efforts.
mm-hmm,
And she's trying to tell him that's not true, but he's like, "Yes, it is. Yes, it is." And she
mm-hmm,
takes out sage, and she starts burning. I need to tell people something about sage.
mm-hmm.
Sage is used to cleanse the ear. It's scientific, it does cleanse the ear. But on a spiritual plane, sage is meant to remove negative spirits and entities. When
Mm-hmm.
you're going to burn sage, you need to have an open window because you are not, if you do not
Hey,
have an open,
Dina. Mm-hmm.
hey Dina, if you do not have an open window, all you doing is pissing them spirits off. Because now there ain't no place for them to go. That and the
So
negative
what do you
energy.
mean? What do you mean that they have no place to go? Like when they
Okay,
come in and
so
and
and
she's doing this.
I'm telling people who wish to clear their space, a lot of times it's negative entities as well as energies. And when you have sage and you're burning sage, you need to open your window to give the energies or entities a place to go. They're going to be fed up with the scent. The scent is not what they want. They do not want that. The
Are you
energy
kidding
don't
me?
want it. You need to have your window open to get them out. Because otherwise, all you're doing is shifting the energy, shifting the entities, and pissing them the hell off. So, sage used to not be my favorite smell, but I do love it. So this is what I'll say. Always try to open a window. when you're clearing the energy. And
Mm.
always follow any sage, because sage removes energy, all energy, negative and positive. You follow up burning sage. A sage smudge is followed up with a smudge bring positive energy into play. That would be Palo Santo, things of that nature. Right?
Interesting.
So, I see people do things like burn sage to remove negative. All you're going to do is disrupt.
Mm.
She started pissing him off because it does not smell good. You're pissing me off. Like, you're pissing me off, and my energy is getting more aggressive because what the hell are you doing?
Mm.
And who are you to cleanse the space of a restaurant? This isn't even your space to cleanse. What are you doing? So that was on a spiritual note, that just
Mhm.
wanted to put that out there. Folks, don't just go burning the sage. Open your window, invite anything that you do not want out, and then follow up by sweet grass, burning something that's going to bring positive energy in. You've gotten rid of all the energy, now you want positive energy. So that's that. The discussion that they were having, she was trying to apologize, but again, the arrogance makes you believe that you know what's happening before it's happening. I'm an arrogant person too, and I'm a Capricorn. I totally get it.
Mhm.
Um, so she's apologizing, he's pushing back. She's like,
Mhm.
dude, I have to apologize. He's pushing back. He leaves. He leaves, but you know why he came back?
Mhm.
You don't burn these bridges. He needs her business as much as she needs his.
Mhm.
And the friendship is something of value because they've been
Right.
doing friendship for
Been
10 years.
yes for 10 years. Yes.
So he leaves, he comes back, they find a way to settle it. But when the people at the bar was like, "What's that smell?" And the bartender was like, "I don't know. I think that Jamaican lady
It's
burned
a
his."
Jamaican. It's a Jamaican girl.
That was funny
It's
for
funny.
me. Okay. So that happened, and I hope that they find a way to
Mm.
to
I
really
just
patch up this
I'm
situation.
hoping, me too, and I'm hoping going forward we are not gonna keep talking about certificates. We are gonna be talking about, what are your results? Okay, have you been successful in finding a love partner for whatever you're doing? Because remember, all these people, all these three companies, the duo, well, there are four companies actually. Four of them, they have different rates. All right,
Yes,
different rates, different
Shay is the one
successful
who's
rates.
affordable.
Right,
Because
right.
those numbers that Ming was spitting out, that seemed ridiculous for an introduction to me.
Mm-hmm,
I could
mm-hmm.
meet people like you. You were saying this last week, and I was like, I don't know, maybe nah. A hundred
Yes,
thousand dollars,
I know.
I could go do my
Yes,
own 15 introductions, because that's all she promising, an introduction and
I,
some
I,
clothes.
that's that part I don't understand. I don't know why people have to pay so much money to meet somebody. Why? Why do you have to pay so much money to meet anybody? I.
Mm.
Mm. But anywho, we shall. Do you have any thoughts as we end up? We finish our review. Any final thoughts?
Do you think that they're gonna be able to find Shay a match?
I hope so. I want
Okay.
I want to see that happen. Yes.
Um. Do you think Shay's gonna be coachable?
Yes.
Yeah, that my final thoughts is I hope it works out. I would like also to see more of the matchmaking and understand that world.
Hmm.
If they're gonna be beating this credential horse, I don't want them to beat that credential horse.
Right.
Oh, but wait a minute. Next week we see that Ming and Shay just don't do each other. They don't do
They
them.
don't. Yes. And they're coming after each other.
Because I'm interested in what Ming may have seen from Shay, because the duo's the actual ones who caused the drama in the last event.
Hmm.
So they just
Listen, the
don't.
reason is because she's celebrating her birthday, and she doesn't want to invite Shay. I don't understand why that came from. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, because they have nothing. Shay has not done anything to her for her not to invite her for the birthday party.
To our knowledge, but hopefully we get into that, and then that will take us
Mhm.
away from the credentials.
Mhm.
Credentials.
Can we review Love and Marriage Huntsville tomorrow?
Which for DC?
No,
Both
Huntsville.
Huntsville.
We can do both.
All
But
right, let's do the let's do the Love and
I'm
Marriage.
more passionate. I'm more passionate with.
I ain't finna fight you behind Tisha and them, but I will fight you behind Tisha and them.
So let's do that tomorrow. Can we do that tomorrow?
Sure.
What time? In the evening, I would think 7:30. I want 7:30.
Okay, I'll make myself available for 7:30.
Yeah. So tomorrow, you guys, everybody, please tune in 7:30. We shall be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville because I have a whole lot to say. Okay.
Oh dear Lord! Look, I'm not Phil. Okay, I y'all see this. Me and because
it's gonna be good.
I ain't no Tisha and Marceau fan. Like
I am.
They be on some bogus. But okay. Goodbye. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Please subscribe to Goody Gabor. Is that
Goody Gabor? At Goody Gabor on IG.
Goody Gabor.
Goody Gabor. I'm around. I got some
She
work.
is. And y'all know, like, just listen. Yep. And you all know I am the undisputed African queen over here. All right. You can never.
Wait a minute. We promised some things. You gotta hit us with some Swahili on the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us bye bye.
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Bye bye. Kwaheri.
Bye. Kwaheri.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Light up.
Good night. Thank you, Goody. Thank you, Goody, for being here. I wish everybody the very best. It's a new week. It's new blessings, new opportunities. Go get it. Go get it. Don't let them stop you from getting it. Okay? Listen, do not forget to subscribe. This is Undisputed African Queen. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.